Hi, everyone. So right now, this class is just to go over our instructions in a little more detail. So 1 second, let me share my Chrome with you. Okay, can everyone see my Google Chrome? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So what we're looking at right now is the new syllabus, which has a few modifications in our new flexible hybrid model. The first modification is that asesorías no longer need a specific date and a specific place, so they're on demand. So if you need asesorías, you have to ask me, and we can schedule them either in a conference call, or we can meet up somewhere. I was told that we're probably going to have a classroom in the afternoon at some point, but not yet. So it depends. But the most important part is you need to tell me if you need asesorías. Okay? Now, the objectives, general and specific, are the same. We missed about 2 weeks of class, but honestly, we're still going to cover the same topics because there's enough time to cover them. I just had to adjust some of the activities to make them shorter, but the topics are the same. We're going to cover the same stuff. So no problem there. The work methodology did change a little bit. Mainly, as you know, we have conference calls on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on Tuesday and Thursday, you're supposed to use the class hour to work on your own, to do activities, and specifically the weekly questionnaires. Now, the weekly questionnaires are lists of questions that I'll post on Blackboard every Monday. Well, every Monday and today, because we started today for this week. But at the beginning of every week, there's going to be a new questionnaire on Blackboard, and you're supposed to answer it gradually with the sources I put on my blog every day. So before, I already did put sources on my blog every single day, but it was optional to look at them because we had a lot more face-to-face time to talk about them. Now you actually have to look at them. You have to read the readings, which are all short, it's like 2 paragraphs, and watch the videos because you're going to use them to answer the questions. Okay? Any questions?
When we finish the weekly questionnaire, where do we upload it?
Blackboard. You upload it to Blackboard every Friday before midnight.
Okay.
Let me show you actually how that works out. So, wait, not your group. 1 second. So you go to Blackboard. You can see my Blackboard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you go to your group. And you go to the weekly questionnaire section. So self-explanatory. And here you download the file, which is this one. It's a Word file. And you'll get this. Wait, wrong file. Where is it? Did I close it? Rainbow ball, no. There it is. There we are. Can everyone see the questionnaire? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you download the file and you get this, which are, this time it's 4 questions because we only had 3 days of class, but later on it's probably going to be about 5 or maybe 6, but not that many. And you're supposed to answer them here using the provided space and then upload it here. Upload it to here, Blackboard. So it's an assignment. Super easy, right? Now, before we go into detail about the questions, let's, what else? Oh yeah, the book presentations, as you know, the content is the same, but instead of a presentation, it's now a 7 to 10 minute video. The point of these presentations is that you're supposed to make a video, show it to us in the conference call on Friday, because they're all Fridays, And then using our feedback, if you want to, you can improve it and then upload it to Blackboard before midnight. Okay? So you show us the video in the conference call, but then you're allowed to change it and then upload it again. And the one I'm gonna grade is the one you upload. Okay? Yes? Vanessa's writing down, but everyone else is ignoring me. Okay, besides that, the class instructions are pretty much the same, except for the Be Responsible one, because the entire point of this new system is that it's flexible. So in theory, it's kind of optional for you to be in the conference calls, right? You're allowed to not log into the conference calls, and then you can watch them on YouTube because I'll upload them there. And I mean, it's useful to be here because then you can ask questions, you can participate. But if you can't make it or you feel like you want to watch it later, that's fine. That's also fine, right? The whole point, the most important part now is that you need to do the activities. Everything is going to be posted in the blog, so there's no reason to miss anything. Okay. Now the course topics are pretty much the same. I just had to change around a few things, but we didn't really get rid of any of them. The only drastic change is that the partial project, instead of being for October 10, it's for October 18. So 1 extra week. And this is a very important change. The course evaluation percentage has changed drastically because I felt like since we're only going to have like a week and a half of the second partial, it wasn't really fair to have it be worth just as much as the first partial. So, and same with the exam, we're not going to have an exam. So I made the partial evaluation 20%, the project 10%, and the rest went to activities. So what you should focus on is doing all the questionnaires and uploading the activities, whatever they may be. Okay? Sound good? Now, besides that, for your final grade, the second partial, I also made it half of what it was. Now it's 15%. And the other 15% went to activities. So questionnaires and activities. So the point of that was that I felt like having everything rely on the grade you get in that one exam was not very practical. So now it's activities. It's like the process of what we do throughout these 2 months. What do you guys think? Everything okay?
Yes.
Good.
When
I
are you
can't
going
see all
to
your
be
faces, so I need you to tell me if everything is okay. Okay, now we're going to go over specific instructions for activities. So first of all, I'm going to give you your random country for the partial evaluation. Everyone ready?
What?
For the partial evaluation, I'll talk about it in a minute. Don't worry.
Okay.
Let's see. Nah, too many repeats. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna give them to you randomly. Okay. So Alejandra, you have Armenia.
Okay.
Sabina, you have Zambia. Diana, Venezuela. Shanat, Eritrea.
What?
Eritrea.
Okay.
This one. Eduardo, Solomon Islands.
Okay.
Anna, Liechtenstein.
What?
Liechtenstein.
Yeah. Okay.
Teresita, Egypt.
Yep.
I have your names here and I'm writing them down. That's why I'm taking a while. Vanessa, Yemen. Elias, China. Fernanda, India. Elisa, Mónaco. Santiago, Wales. Javier, Honduras. Alexa, Bosnia. And Leonardo, Senegal. Now, what are you going to do with these countries? Here we go. So, we haven't seen these concepts yet, but the main point of this activity is you're going to have two concepts, state building and nationalism, and you're going to, in the project, you will define them and apply them, which is the same thing we've been doing in class. So, no biggie there. We're like I said, we're going to talk about it later, probably around Friday, Monday, Tuesday, etc. But the main point is state building is about how this country was created, right? How it's created means, on one hand, there's a part that is factual, a part of it is true. Like, for example, if we were talking about Mexico, we would say it was a Spanish colony that gained its independence from Spain, right? And then gradually industrialized throughout the 19th century. But there is also a part that is fiction and that is creative, and it's what countries tell about how they were born. So in Mexico, that would be all the stuff about the águila en el nopal, y el canto desde el cenzontle, and all that stuff, yeah? Nationalism, on the other hand, is about what a country uses to represent itself against other countries, right? So we're going to look at a few definitions later on, and you're supposed to choose one and then apply it to the country you got just now. Yeah. Now the style of the comic, it's a comic, can be whatever you want. You can draw, you can use bit strips, you can, I don't know, whatever, as long as the end product is a PDF file that you upload to Blackboard. Okay? Yes? Now, a very important thing to keep in mind is that when you talk about state building specifically, it's actually a story you're supposed to tell. You're supposed to tell us what happened, who made it happen, when did it happen, and so on. Yeah? By the way, is everyone okay with their country? Is anyone like, I can't have this one. They killed my family. No? Okay. Have to ask. I mean, now be okay. Any questions? No?
Yeah.
Who said yeah? Someone said yeah. And I can only see Shanat, Eduardo, and Diana. So.
Tengo una pregunta de los videos de los libros.
Yes, tell me.
Aunque mi duda es ¿cómo tiene que ser el estilo del video? O sea,
The one for the book presentations?
Ajá.
I'll talk about that in a minute. No worries. Oh, we're getting there. 1 minute. Now, another part is the partial project. So this one is pretty much the same you were already supposed to do, but now you're actually making the video. So part of it is, so there's an individual grade and a team grade, and I need you to give me the script of the video and describe what each person did. Right? That the whole point of that is just so I can have a clear view of your vision for the video. Because it's one thing what you actually create in the video, and it's another thing, maybe, what you were trying to achieve, right? So it's not about worrying that your video has to be perfect, but about the idea being there. Yeah? Now, in the video, we actually do have a few directives because we're working with an organization. So can't just be whatever we like. Now, the most important part for the class is that the video has to say the question and answer it directly. Yeah? Has anyone seen my corruption videos?
Yeah.
So kind of like that, right? You say the question, you answer the question, and you explain the answer. Yeah? Easy. Besides that, we need to do certain things so we can be included in the campaign. So part of it is you have to use the hashtag, especially in the title, and the style directives that Steph told us when she visited us. So part of it, number one, has to be in color, no black and white. It has to emphasize the colors light blue and white. Does anyone know why we're supposed to emphasize light blue and white?
The UN colors?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes, the colors of the United Nations. Now, also no violent images, no chains, and no dramatic music. Remember, the UNODC videos emphasize dramatic moments with silence, with pauses. No dramatic music, right? Also, I need you to include end credits where you specify what each team member did. Now, not everyone has to be in the video. Right? Maybe one of you has the best voice, and they're the ones that are going to talk, but then someone else is going to edit the video, and someone else wrote the script, right? So not everyone has to be on it, but I need to know in the end credits who is in it, who did what. And after the video, before the end, you need to include yourself in the campaign by super easy saying, soy Francisco y aquí estoy contra la trata de personas. Simple. Now, by the way, we didn't have time to do this, but now it's optional for you to have me check your script. If you feel like it's fine and you want to do it and you want to make the video, great. I completely support you. If you want feedback from me, you can upload it to Blackboard between today and next Tuesday, and I'll give you feedback. But that's optional.
But if I already uploaded it, do I have to upload it again?
Yes, upload it again.
Okay.
To the new link. So we don't lose track of who uploaded what. Yeah? But this is completely optional, right? You don't need me to check it. If you feel like it's good, then do it. Any questions? Okay. Now, next part. Group, 1 second. Book videos, what Anna was asking about. So the content is exactly the same. You're supposed to do the same things, but instead of a presentation, it's a video you're uploading to YouTube. Now, the only specification here is that the title of the video should be the title of the book and 2 of the themes in the book. So this means that if your book is SAB, then the title of your video would be SAB, dos puntos, feminism and slavery, or whatever. Now, and this is just because to make it more YouTube friendly. It's not an academic consideration, but a YouTube consideration. That's basically it for this part. Oh, and I already said this, but remember, you're supposed to show us the video on the class we will have on this date, but then you can change it and upload it to Blackboard with the improvements.
So if there's something wrong, like we record it again?
Well, I mean, I don't think it would be super wrong that you have to record it again. But like, maybe there's a typo, maybe like a falta de ortografía or stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, the only reason you would have to record it again completely is if you did it completely wrong, and at least in this group, that has not happened yet. So.
But for example, imagine that we missed to include something important, like we just add a little clip.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, and the point of this is that instead of getting a 70 because you were missing an important part, maybe you fix it and then you get a 90. Okay, and that's basically it. Any questions? Now let me show you the questionnaire again. So, can everyone see the questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can someone read the first question for me, please? First question, anyone? Shanat, can you read the question for us, please?
As we approach to the flexible hybrid model for our class, what did you consider to be most relevant change to the syllabus? Justify your answer.
So what can we observe about this question and most of them? What type of questions
to justify?
Well, you have to justify in all of them, yes. But would you say there is one correct answer to this question?
No.
No.
Not at all, right? Because maybe I think that the most important part is I don't know, the grade percentages, but maybe you think the most important change is that the conference calls are optional. And you can tell me the most important part is that the conference calls are optional, because now I can watch them at my own rhythm. Maybe I'm not very alert at 12:30 in the noon, so I'll watch them at night and I'll learn a lot better, right? So that's a direct answer with a justification, and it's correct, right? It's well justified. So it's mostly interpretive, and it's up to you, really. Yeah. And by the way, I will not be grading each questionnaire individually. I will be marking them right or wrong, but then I'll just grade all the questions as a whole in the parquet. So they will all be worth the same amount of points. Yeah.
When are you going to upload the questionnaires?
They're uploaded at the beginning of every week. So the one for this week is already on Blackboard.
And can we like hand it early?
What?
Can we hand it in early, like?
Oh yeah, if you finish it
that same day.
If you finish it that same day, yeah, go for it. But then, honestly, the point is that I'll be you're supposed to use the sources from each day to fill out the questionnaire. So in theory, if you follow the schedule, you should be done with it on Thursday, using the class hour on Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah?
Okay.
Now, how do I... Okay, any questions?
Yeah, good. So the answers of the questions are on your blog. Well, we have to read your blog too in order to answer them.
Yes.
Okay, and is this the dictionary of this week, or there's another one?
No, this is the one for this week. It's already on Blackboard.
I just read question 3.
Question 3 is a challenge. You're supposed to do research. And when you justify, you can't just say this one because he said so, or this one because I heard this, right? You have to be reasonably sure that you know the real answer.
Can we ask you?
If there is a real answer, maybe I'm not sure yet.
What?
That doesn't make sense. It's a weird question.
It makes a lot of sense. It's October.
No, but how am I gonna know that?
Are you wearing pajamas?
No.
Sabi na su camisón. No, you're supposed to figure it out. You know my friends. You know the other professors. And you know my Twitter. I tweet a lot. So.
But if we don't have Twitter.
You don't need a Twitter to see Twitter. Now, if only I knew how to stop sharing my screen.
At the top, it
What?
has like the line.
Where? Oh, yeah.
At the top.
But then where do I click? Okay. Does anyone have any questions? If not, you are free to go. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording now. There we go. Figured it out. Okay, stop recording now. Bye.
Bye.